What is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So guys, I desperately know I need a microphone. I know this internal mic's not very good, it's a little bit echoey. I do have some sound padding up, but it keeps falling off. I bought like 30 squared meters of it, in 32 different pads each. No, they're not a meter, they're about half a meter each. 30 centimeters, no, yeah, they're not even half a meter inches. I think they're bigger than 30. They might be half a meter. 50 centimeters by 50. Bought 30 pads of them. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 up. One fell down. Never got around to it because I feel like spray glued to wall and didn't really work. So I know I need a new mic. I was thinking about getting another Blue Yeti, but there's a technique. Oh, man, I'm gutted. My ISO's just blown up. This is my second ISO. The first one lasted 10 years. I bought this one. Lasted a year. Does anyone know what, guys? If there's anyone that knows shit about, like, sound comes through, but on max volume, it's barely audible. Now, from what I understand, the magnets might have blown, and so I don't know. If anyone knows it, like, is that a possibility? I've tried resetting, I've tried reconnecting through Bluetooth, I've tried all sorts of things. It just doesn't work. Okay, so it's fucked. It's a year. I mean, it's probably still in warranty, but I'm one of those people where it's too much hassle with warranty, so I just buy new shit. That's about it. But I need a new mic. Oh, god damn it! So much stuff keeps. Every time I lower down my credit card bills, something else breaks, man. Anyway, I'm going to do it with X Offensive, but I definitely need a new mic, guys, because, these nuts. No, but seriously, need a new mic. It's not fair on you guys. I don't like the cut sound quality of the shit. I really want to start properly making videos. I've been wanting to for like 3 years, but I just haven't got around to it. That's really bad. I just kind of like, fuck it. No, it's not. It's exhaustion, really, more than anything, but I really want to. But I didn't realise, guys, that the new versions of the exotics have all the proper... So you can go in and rebuy them all, and they all have the proper thingamajig, like where you can add the mods. Okay, what's really bad, guys, is I've got an LMG mod that allows me to pick up my ammo, but it only works on boots that are arc-based. Now, in Season 9, they're going to be changing that so they work on everything. I can't believe they didn't think that Sony's wearing solar energy might want to use an LMG. I mean, LMGs, I would imagine, are some of the most used heavies. I mean, this thing carries 400... When you've got like all those heavy ammo drops and extra LMG ammo, previously, this thing carried 423 rounds. And it's no fucking joke, man. But I'm really enjoying using the Heart of Inmost Light again. I'm just enjoying using it. This thing's a beast when it gets going, like when you get sweet business on. But yeah, I know I need a new mic, guys. So again, biggest apologies to those that listen to my droning monotone voice. You're welcome, guys. I know this is not a political channel, and look, guys, feel free to follow me on Twitter. Link will be, the info will be in the information part of the video down below. But I use my Twitter for sharing videos, but like, I've watched the Western world and society drastically decline. In retrospect, I didn't see it happening. My lecturer in 2003, when I was doing my very first degree, my BA Honours, started to talk about inclusive design, and then he really started to push that idea during when I did my Masters. Thinking back, this idea of inclusivity and diversity, it all stems from the left-leaning edge. I can't believe it bled its way or wormed its way into design back then, and now I see it's a consequence of the regressive left. I'm generally progressive. I'm a left-leaning. I'm okay with people being billionaires, but I'm not okay with people being billionaires by exploiting and really screwing over, like the banking system and houses. I think there's certain things. It's hard to say this, but like shelter and food. Don't you think they should be things that should be free? I mean, they've been free for most of our existence. You find a tree, hollow it out, you find a cave, chop some wood up, before we became civilized, and you hunt your food. And I get it, farming is more efficient, and since we stopped being hunter-gatherers, we've really expanded as a species, done some amazing things. But like now, everything is monetized. And as bad as it is, the corruption, a capitalist system is better than any other system because it gives everyone the choice to rise. Okay, I look at some ideas I've had in the past. Things similar to like LinkedIn. I had ideas for LinkedIn way before it came out. Something I wanted to create. I didn't have the skill set, and I don't like asking for money, so I never was interested in pushing for investors. But like, I had an idea for basically a online presence for designers way before LinkedIn ever came out, and that I don't know. I mean, when it first came out, it was pretty cool, but it became like a more snobbish version of Facebook. And now it's just, I've not been on in 10 years, you know. Now it's just like, as far as I understand, it's just a goddamn shit show of ads and bullshit posturing and all sorts. But before, I wanted a legitimate place. There's all sorts of things that I've come up with, ideas that now exist that are worth hundreds of millions, if not billions. But I just don't have the. Money's never been my goal, so this is a real problem when you create those sort of businesses that become corporations, and then you need people that sit on the board of directors. They're all about the money, and you kind of need some of that in there to make sure your business doesn't go belly up. Because man, if it went up to me, I would have done what Amazon did. I mean, not in the sense of it screwing over its employees, but like that dude started from nothing and he just invested everything continuously into business. I've always been like that with any of my work as a designer. Like I've often paid way more in time and resources than what I've ever been paid as a final result of my design work, because I need it to be. It's like creative integrity and that artistic integrity and that. It's a bit cliche, but it does exist in some of us guys, and it is real, believe it or not. But yeah, I mean, but you know, society just seems to have been like, you know, you've got people saying speech is violence, and if you have sex with someone and they regret it next day, it's rape. I mean, it's absolutely insane. There's a story about a guy who's like really awkward, like no social skills, no. You know, not very good at making friends. Some people, we all know people like that. So he went online and he tried to look on how to make friends and how to be social. And I don't know, so I think, as I understand, somebody read was like, oh yeah, make physical contact. So he touched this girl's arm in the day while they're fully clothed. No, not sexually, just, you know, she reported it to police. This dude's now facing sex offender status. Think about it. There's another story, a girl in America, and as a joke, now, okay, we're probably bad taste with all the school shootings that went off, okay, but you've got to appreciate, people have just lost the common sense that they don't know the difference between someone being a dick or messing around and a joke compared to everything. So this girl was asked, if you could kill anyone in this room, who would it be? So this girl I'm laughing because it's funny, but man, what's happening to us is horrendous. So she made like the handgun sign and went, pretended to shoot people, then pretended to blow her own brains out. Like, okay, bad taste. Funny, but bad taste. In the mockery of like people that's happened to. I get it, suicide killings, and it's terrible. But now she's facing a felony. She's been arrested and charged with, and now she's got to go to court. And, like, people have lost their goddamn mind. Like, when did those that are Democrats or progressives or left-leaning, when did they become the bad guys? Seriously, they've become so progressive they're going backwards. They don't want free speech, they want to ban anyone. They call everyone a fascist. They don't know what a fascist is. Antifa, one of the most perfect example of fascism. And they use it unironically. They don't realise they're fascists. They're first of all, fascists basically peer pressure and shout down people they disagree with. That don't work, it's violence. You know, it's like, oh my god, these guys would have been perfect in Stalin's Russia or Mao's China. I mean, Hitler wiped out what, 6 to 12 million Jews plus whatever cost in the war. Stalin, 40 to 60 million of his own people slaughtered for communism, socialism. Now 80 to 100 million. I mean, guys, and this is what a lot of left-leaning people want. Well, it's not. It's actually not. it's a small minority, but it's the loudest. I'm sat here with no resources, no influence, and I'm like, what can I do? I've been watching this for 15 years now. What can I do to help? I don't know what I can do to help. Like, there's got to be a way to call out all of us that are reasonable. I was born. I'm not a millennial. I'm like Gen X, you know. But so I have the kind of the good luck of being in universities before this regressive left ideology, authoritarian intersectionality bullshit. Basically ended up in universities. So I have the foresight. I've been taught how to read and write correctly. I've been taught critical thinking and theory. I've taught it myself as a lecturer, as a university lecturer. I've taught it myself. I've applied them in my work as a designer. I have all those core skills, those fundamental core skills that millennials, a lot of them don't have. And it's kind of not their fault. They've been indoctrinated into a society where everyone's a winner. I just, no. Life is not fair, it's not. People are just... There are people above the law. There are people that are born... Like, this is white privilege nonsense. Give me a break. Give me a goddamn break. Man, I am extremely well educated, as well educated as could be. I've studied 5 different degrees, 4 of them postgraduate. You know what I mean? I've lived most of my life in some horrendous poverty. Because I put everything into my education, but not just that, like not being able to afford to feed myself or pay rent, that sort of like level of poverty for a decade, because I was so intent on having a good career that I put everything I had, everything I was into it. And then the world changed, and it's like, man, imagine if things like YouTube and all that shit was around back then. Man, I'd have just probably never gone to uni and never went through those hardships. Part of me is glad I did, because man, it gives me some perspective on like real struggle in this world. Like I'm, you know. So I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent here, guys. I apologise. But yeah, my point was like, I don't know what to do. There's got to be a way to call out all the reasonable people to really step up and say enough is enough. It's happening. It's happening slowly. Come on, guys! I can't kill these guys on my own. What? Are we a couple of men down? What's happening? Yeah, we're never going to get this done. We're going to fail this. Something really wrong is happening with this. Okay, this is not a very good group I'm playing with. Something really wrong is happening with this group. We're 2% off finishing, and nobody's attacking. We all need to attack an enemy at the same time, but it's just not happening. I don't know what's going off here. It's a very weird. It happened the other day. We finished on 0. We got the 100% on 0 seconds. We only just made it, and I was the only one attacking the last enemy. No one was doing anything. I'm like, what? 38 seconds. I've never failed this, but almost twice. I think it must be new people that's playing. I don't know what to do. Maybe, I don't know. Like, that is scary though. 30 seconds left, 98. Like, that's terrifying. It's terrifying, bro. Oh man, I was trying to get that dude to some shit. There we go. Yeah, so there's got to be a way to call out reasonable people and really, like, well, most reasonable people ain't got time for the drama. That's the problem. We're reasonable, like, we know this is nonsense, but by not doing anything, we're not helping, are we? So I don't know what to do about it. Maybe I keep thinking, oh, should I start a new channel, like, dedicated to, like, just critical thinking and report, like, you know, but independent, like, independent news reports. I'm not going to call myself a journalist. I'm not a journalist, but I can at least comment reasonably on things and frame them objectively and factually, rather than this absolute nonsense that exists in all of the main media right now. I mean, the lies. Like, these guys are not just making errors; they're reporting stories that are absolutely fake. Absolutely fake, 100% made up, and then, but they're doing it for views, and then what they're doing is 2 weeks later they're posting a correction in the middle of the newspaper. You know, so basically no one knows it will fake. It's fucking horrendous what they're doing. Horrendous. So I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. What should I do with this shit? I know I need a new mic to do it on, so... Has anyone got any recommendations for mics? I keep thinking Blue Yeti, but there's the Technica. Well, it's 145 quid though. Jesus, come on. In the garden is one less threat to deal with on the credit card, but fuck me. But until we get pay £100 off a month and it never goes down. Just keep coming. Oh. Nightmares will be the least of our concerns if we can't contain the Vex. Shit. I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. Help me. Help me, guys. Feel free to share this video, guys. Pretty please. I'm really going to start putting some effort in with videos at some point, like properly. I keep thinking, right, I should do guides. You know, what are the best catalysts? I should do locations for lost sectors and quests and all that good shit. Don't you think? I should do all that shit, yeah? Somebody just punched me. They don't like me, bro. What we got here? Void strikes. Void weapon. Void weapon? I got a void weapon. Chests. Submachine gun. Pulse rifle. Okay. Melee. We've got some we can do. Okay. Let's get down here. I've got some in the oven, I can smell it. I ain't got time to go get this shit though. So this is a tier 2 engram I'm going for. Does that mean this is hard? I don't think it is it? It feels a bit tougher than that. I don't know. Oh, it's probably because I've not got any over those rounds on overload, and I don't have those active in there. That's probably why. So I can't take down any of the shield and then there's douche noggins. That bothers me. A lot of people don't bother grabbing this shit to take down the boss's shield. I don't know. I think they're scared to do some. You know, like in raids, some people are scared to do. They just kill stuff because they're too scared. I think it's a part. I think an element is a bit of that. You know. To be honest. I've got counterbalance on this. You should have covered. I know. There we go, baby. What I need to do, I wanted to get a tractor cannon because this dude's tough to kill. But that damage though, come on bitches, yeah! Come on baby, come on son! Fucking get some! Oh! Oh, now Anyway, guys, am I being crazy? I mean, this world is basically... Western civilization is decaying. It's getting really bad. People have lost their mind. They're overcompensating for everything. Like, they're pushing everything too far in the wrong direction. Everything in the... You know, no matter good intentions, it doesn't matter. You go too far, it's too far. Like those stories I just gave you. Like the hashtag believe all women. Man, the amount of stories I've seen women falsely accusing their partners of rape or some sort of abuse, and these partners ended up in prison, and only by the slimmest chance did the other people make a mistake. Like this one guy, 25 years in prison. This girl like set up loads of fake accounts, threatened her, bruised herself, said he raped her, all this stuff. This girl basically convinced all her friends to say this stuff as well, just because she didn't like him because she was dating her sister. This guy who were in prison, yeah, 25 years of sentence with, and she sent herself another message while he was in prison, not realising because of the classification of crime he wasn't allowed outside contact. That was the one screw up, or he would have been in prison for all those years. Can you believe it? Like the courts, the lawyers, the judges, people generally have lost their minds. there's no intelligence in the human species anymore. Well, there is, but not much. It really seems like intellect is something that is just vanishing. I don't. How could intellect just slowly get? I think it's because we've got so much information out there. There's so much information and misinformation that people aren't learning anymore. It's instant gratification with the internet. I'm saying, not quite the same, but I watch so much stuff in a day I can't keep track of it all. And I miss the times when you just used to, you sit and read a book and you reread shit over and over again and you write about it and you learn, you analyse it. Man, it allows you to build on existing theories, new theories, contextual frameworks, philosophies, and the amount of fucking essays and academic papers I've written with, man. During my PhD, I invented a whole new methodology for doing research in graphic design. I've got the models, the visual models. I've got tens of thousands of words written up about it. I mean, it's not in practice or anything. It's not finished. I'll probably never finish it, but man, it's fascinating while we're doing it. Like, really fascinating. Well, I came up with I was looking at all sorts of existing theories and looking at, okay, that works, but in design that don't work because designs are different to sociology and it's got this and this, and, it's fascinating. It's really interesting. Now that shit doesn't happen these days. People just they can pick up an Instagram and go, oh yeah, woo, I'm famous for 10 minutes. It's insane. Get wrecked, son. Get him, bro. Woo. Man, he got taken out pretty quick considering how bad these guys were at that second round.
We did it.
Like, those overload dudes, you need multiple people wrecking those guys.
We got the data we need. Transferring to my core now.
What?
Let's get back to the tower.
I don't know. Nothing. I got nothing from that. Oh, there we are. Where did it go? I've had people have been getting a lot of exotics from. I've had one exotic. I don't quite understand. The game hates me. Man, sorry about the political whinge, guys. It's not even about politics. It's just the decay of society in front of my eyes, and it started to get more and more drastic around 2008 to 2010. It really started to become really drastic, and then, well, no, it was getting worse and worse, and then that's like the tipping point. And then since about 2010, there's just been a steep slide straight down into just insanity. I mean, a lot of, I don't know. Well, I haven't watched the mainstream news last time I watched the news was about 1998. I just happened to catch the World Trade Center's been attacked in 2002 when I was at uni. I sat and watched that at the girls' house. But I don't watch it because I've always known the lie. There was a law that was passing, was it in the 60s or 70s? Up until then, the news was great. It objectively had to disseminate the facts. The law was passed where it no longer had to do that. But it's got worse where now, at least then they could frame it how they wanted and give their opinions, and that's why opinion pieces and opinion shows came up. But they were still generally going for the truth, and then as it's moved on, it's gone from, we'll just tweak the story a bit here and there, and now it's to the point where daily, every single day, major news networks, CNN, NBC, Fox, all the corporations are posting stories that are just absolutely flat false. They didn't exist, they were made up. When you look at CNN and the president of CNN, the main dude, he's actually interfering with the editors, telling them that, oh no, we're going to cover this, we're going to cover this. Non-stories, he's forcing them to cover Trump and the impeachment all the time. Impeachment's bullshit, he ain't done it wrong. Just stop. I mean, generally don't. I'm not a fan of the guy, but man, he's doing a way better job than everyone thought he was. I do like the fact that he basically is like, although he's a billionaire, he's just a bit common, isn't he? He's a bit rough, not very intelligent, not very well educated, and it comes out, but it like makes him like, hey man, you're wrong. He's like, very, you know, he just speaks his mind, and that's what I like. There's not many people that speak their mind anymore. They're too afraid. That's and he's done, he's done some good. He's done some alright stuff. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm not a conservative. I'm not. I'm generally progressive, but in the last few years, I don't. I've always had an objective mindset on things. I'll analyse stuff based on the situation. But even more so now, because the left has become like the crazy, backwards, evil ones. I'm now like that guy is like, every story is like, I'll base it on the merit of the story and the facts.
What we've got for each other.
Not on the people, not on But I've always been like that, obviously, but a lot of people aren't, and a lot of people think they are, but they're really not. Right? It's like, what are you doing, you psycho? So yeah. Keep deleting this, just keep randomly deleting this shit. I'm like, should I delete it? Should I? It's a beautiful day. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Sorry about the rant guys, I don't know what to do about it. Okay, I need a new microphone. Please feel free to leave comments if anyone has any ideas on what's a cool, reasonably priced microphone that's good quality. Please feel free to share and comment, engage, talk to me. A lot of people don't. They just ask questions about where to get stuff. I kind of enjoy that. It'd be nice to see comments in my videos. I know I'm a tiny channel who gives a fuck. Yeah, I get it. It's cool. Guys, thanks for watching. Again, I really appreciate it. And I will see you all on the next one. So cheers.